All right, welcome back, guys. Yeah, so I'm gonna start recording. We'll start with a little bit of a recap on what we did yesterday, right? So, if you guys all remember, yesterday, what kind of app did we make? Who can remind me in the chat or out loud? Yeah, if you guys know, you can just say it.
Ball that goes into
App. Golf app.
Like
not
a
really
golf
golf.
app, a mini golf. Well, yeah, sure. It's a ball you
It's a
fling
ball
into
going
a.
into a hole.
Yes, very nice. Oh, and one more thing for the challenge
whatever.
we tried to bring
But
up, right?
I
So,
couldn't really find out.
did you freeze again? Okay, mine is gone. Were any of you guys able to figure out how to make it so that when you press the button, your ball reappears? And then if you were able to, were you able to get it into a random position? Who was able to complete the challenge?
I think I haven't been able to tell.
You haven't been able to test it. Okay. Abraz, do you want to show your code so we can just see how you completed the challenge? So you can share your screen and we can take a look. Hello? Abraz? There you go. Awesome. So here's your button. You made it so that when you click it, okay, good, awesome. So yeah, oh, kind of. Why do you set the button visible to false? Oh, and then you set it to true when it collides with. Yeah, okay, that actually is an okay way to do it. There's a couple things. Also, can you explain when your hole is collided with? Why do you set the ball speed to 2?
Well, I thought maybe that you could make it continue moving, and then when you press the button, it stops, and then it reappears.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would work. So the way you did it there, that would work fine. You probably could have just deleted the speed thing and let it keep its previous speed. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you made it so when you press the button, it's ball visibility set to true, speed set to 0, and then you make your button disappear. All right, awesome, good job. Does anybody else want to show how they completed their challenge? Ian, did you manage to figure it out?
Somewhat, I guess.
Okay, do you want to share your screen?
I tried.
Did you add anything to the code?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, do you want to show us?
But it's called button 1, and there's only one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Button 1. Yeah.
Okay, so you actually even managed to get the random positioning. All right. You didn't do anything with the visibility though, did you?
Oh.
Okay, guys. So if you look at Ian's, his was actually really close to what we're trying to go for and what we're going to be adding this class. So you see when he presses the button, he moves the golf ball to a random position. All right. Did you manage to test it?
No.
No. Do you have an Android phone at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then hopefully you can try to test it today. Yeah. The one thing I think you were missing was the visible thing.
There we go.
But I think you're adding that right now. Yeah. So you basically completely made the challenge.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah. Good job.
So does that mean I don't really have to follow along? Well, technically I have to follow along.
There's a couple little things that I'm gonna be changing, but
okay.
You might have the a little head start.
Okay.
For the beginning. Okay. Did anybody else want to show how they completed the challenge? If they completed the challenge.
Abraz, Sophia, Hannah, Manan.
So Abraz showed his.
Sure, I'll show.
Manan will show. Okay, good.
Okay, yeah, Manan, show your screen.
I just duplicated them, but I forgot to delete the extra blocks.
It's okay. But guys, remember, if you don't try, if you just copy after team, you'll never learn, right? You have to try on your own.
I have to delete these 2 blocks over here.
Yep.
But this is what I made yesterday.
Okay, so you go visible true, and then why do you set the speed to 3.5?
You made it.
Because my speed was 3.5.
Okay.
No, but 3.5, you want to give the speed only when you flunk the ball, right? But when it reappears again, don't you want it to be stable?
Maybe 3.
Just 0, right? You want it back to reset position where there's no speed or anything.
Yeah, so the next level button is trying to like put it back in a different in the state of the game where you can start playing again, right? And when you first start the game, your ball isn't moving at all. So when you reset it or go to the next level, you also want the ball to be staying still and not moving. But the way you got the golf ball visible and everything, that's also that worked out pretty good, right? Well, you weren't able to test though, were you?
I tested
Yeah.
it out.
Okay, Ian
I just
tested
tested
it.
out.
Was
And
it
it
good?
worked.
Did it work?
Yeah, it
Awesome.
worked.
Ian. All right.
I didn't test it.
Wait, Manan, did you manage to install the emulator yesterday?
No, yes.
Did it cut out again?
Yeah, it seems to have a bad connection there.
Oh, is he here? Manan, hello?
My internet connection is low,
Okay.
so I might
Um,
sometimes get lost.
Okay, wait, so yeah, Manan, were you able to install the emulator?
Maybe switch off your camera so so you don't send the video signal. That will give you more.
I couldn't install my emulator yesterday.
You couldn't? Did you like follow the tutorial?
Well, I mean, I could have installed my emulator yesterday, but I didn't get time to do it.
Ah, okay. All right, in that case, try it whenever you have a chance today. Make sure to do it so you can test your own apps for like today's challenge, okay?
Okay.
All right. Who else? Hannah and Sophia, were you guys able to complete the challenge? Do you want to share your screens and show us?
Hey, Hannah, how are you doing there?
I tried to do it, but I couldn't. So I removed the code.
Well, you removed the code,
Yeah.
but did you see how the others just did that? Do you think?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, start building something there while we go through others. Sophia, how are you doing? Sophia, yeah.
I didn't manage to do it.
Okay, Sophie, do you want to share your screen, please? Yeah. Share your screen. Let's try to go through the challenge together. Yeah. Okay, and Hannah, you make sure to follow and build it while we do it with Sophia, okay? Okay, so go ahead, Tim, maybe lead Sophia through doing this challenge and everyone.
Sophia, this was really close. You had the right idea here with set visible to true, but instead of this when golf ball got collided with, it should have been when you press the button. But I think you actually did something weird with your button. Can you go to the designer for a sec? Designer. So in the top right, click the button that says designer. There you go. Okay, so your next level is actually a label and not a button. So can you quickly delete it? And add in a button instead of a label. And just the same place where it was, so at the bottom there. Okay, and now give it text next level and however you want it to look. Okay, so we can worry about styling in a second, but let's just go back to the blocks. And now if you find the button on the left side, click button, then get when button one dot click. And now this is where you want to put set golf ball dot visible to true. Yeah, there you go. And you can just throw that little orange part out. There you go. Yeah, so then this is basically the challenge part. And I'll show you today, for the first thing we're going to do is how to actually get it to go to a random position, and then some other cool things with our game. All right? But that was all you needed to do for the challenge.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah?
I did the exact code, but it kept on disappearing after I clicked it.
Okay, share your screen.
Wait, so the visibility it just keeps going invisible?
Yeah, after I click it and then it disappears again.
Does it like appear for a little bit?
Only when I click it.
Can you share
Right.
the QR code so Tim can test it as well?
No, I think the main problem is that when you're making it reappear, it's just still in the same place as the hole, so it just instantly collides. So that'll actually be solved by the first thing that we're gonna do today.
Right,
All right.
right.
So
That
don't worry about that too much right now. Okay.
that makes
The next thing I show
yeah.
you will fix.
Because as soon as you make it to appear, it collides again with the hole and disappears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. So we need to make sure that it appears somewhere else now, right? And that's what Tim is going to show. Yeah. Okay, Arman, what about you? Did you try to attempt the homework?
I did try,
Mm-hmm.
but everything was going wrong.
Do you want to share your screen with us?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess now it works. For some reason, something's wrong with my mom's laptop. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does work. I do not know what's wrong.
Well, it does work now. If it doesn't work, just refresh your screen because it's in the browser. It might be dependent on your internet connection.
Oh.
Okay, so Arman, make sure now select the ball one.
Oh, well, I guess it's only with ball one.
So just click cancel. Try one more time. What?
Can you take control and make
cancel?
Click on hold. Do you get the same error with the hole or just with ball one?
I sent it a report last time and yeah.
Yeah. So he has the issues with balls, looks like, right?
Okay, so here it works now. So can you select set ball one dot visible to?
Oh.
No, the set one, the set, not that one, the other one. Delete that.
Can they delete it just by using delete button on their keyboard?
Yes. Can you just click delete on your keyboard?
Yeah,
There you
you
go.
can delete.
There you go. Yeah. So you guys don't need to
So
drag
select,
it. Yeah.
select ball one again. Okay, and then set ball 1 dot visible. Set. Yeah, there you go. Drag that into your button. Near the top. There you go. Okay, and then set it to true. So to find true, go under logic, the green one. Logic. No, logic. Yeah, and then true. There you go. Awesome. So that's all you guys need to do right now.
It's working. Okay, let me see if it's working on my phone.
Well, it should also disappear right away because it collides with the hole, but I think we're ready to move on and actually show them how to do the random reappearance.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna stop your sharing here. All right. So, if we were to test this right now, so it might work for some of you, but a big problem that's going on right now is when we make our little ball reappear, it's usually reappearing on top of the golf hole, right? So it's just going to instantly disappear again because it's already colliding with it, right? So what we need to do is we need to make it so that when we press next level, not only is this reappearing, we need to put it somewhere, all right? We're going to have to just move it somewhere first, and preferably we'd also move the hole around, right? So that it's like a different level of mini golf. So you have a different hole, right? You have a different ball. Everything is in a different place. So we'll go to the blocks and show you how to do this in a second. But I think that's the main thing we're gonna add right now, right? And then afterwards we'll talk about how we can add in maybe like a score to our game so that we can keep track of how many points you have as the player, right? Because without a score, it's not really fun, right? You're just flinging a ball at a hole. Martin, are you okay? I don't know what's happening. Anyway, are you talking? You're okay, awesome. Alrighty, so let's go to the blocks here, the block editor, and let's take a look at what we can add to ours. So I haven't actually added the challenge yet, so let me quickly do that. So when button 1 dot click, that's what we need to add, and then we're going to say golf ball dot set visible to true. Bam, there you go. So this was the main challenge for today, or over the evening, okay? But if you noticed actually how Ian did his challenge, he actually added another block to this button that changes the position of our golf ball. So let's take a look at how we can do this. All right, so if I say golf ball dot move to, this is the block that we're going to be using. All right, but before we can use this, we actually need to talk about a really important concept. You'll notice if you look at this move to block, right, it says that it's going to move to, and then it asks you for two values. It's going to ask you for an X and a Y. All right, and these X and Y, you may have heard of them before or learned about it in school. These are called coordinates, all right, which allow us to basically represent the position of our ball perfectly using two numbers. All right, for this, I'm probably gonna have to, let's draw something up because if you haven't heard of coordinates before, this is gonna be a new concept and it's gonna be a little bit different. Okay, so let me quickly draw a rectangle. This is gonna be your phone screen. All right. This is your phone screen here. All right. If you've ever, so if you wanted to have some kind of object on this phone screen, so for instance, like a little circle, right? You would, let's say I was trying to describe to you, or you were trying to describe to me where this little ball is positioned. All right. So if I asked you to tell me where this ball was on my screen, what could you tell me? What could you say? Can anyone try to describe to me where this ball is on the screen?
In the corner.
In which corner? If you tried to like tell me Which
In the
where
right
was on the screen? In the right corner? Is it showing up on the right side for you guys?
Yeah.
It's northwest.
It was on the left for me.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, it's
left.
on the left.
Left. Okay, left corner. Which one? The top corner or the bottom corner? So top left corner, right? That's one way you could explain this, right? So if I were to put it over here, for instance, what else could you say? Yeah, so Sophia said it right, top right corner. Right, what if I went right here? What is this? Where is this?
The center.
Yeah, so this is like in the center, in the middle, right? You could do the same thing, bottom left corner, bottom right corner, right? And that's to like the main degree that the English language really allows us to describe things. You could probably, maybe if I put one right here, you could say like the middle left or the middle top or the middle right or the middle bottom, right? That's the only really way that we can describe things using our words in terms of positions on a screen. All right, but now if I asked you to describe this sphere right here, you could maybe also say top left corner, right? But these are obviously not in the same position, right? One of them is more top lefty than the other one. All right, so we needed some way to be able to more specifically explain the position of all of these shapes on our screen. And for that, mathematicians came up with the coordinate system. All right, and you may have even used the coordinate system if you've ever played like a game that uses it. So for instance, have any of you guys played Battleship before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Has anyone not heard of Battleship?
I'm pretty sure I have Battleship.
Yeah, let me just do like a quick little demo. So for instance, if I had Battleship, right, how Battleship works is you have a like grid. I don't want to draw out the full grid because
There are two versions of Battleship.
Are there?
Yeah, there are two.
What's the difference between the two?
This one is the actual game board, but the other one is like just a game. It's just a game where you just have to do like you have to pat your knees and then choose a gun, a shield.
Oh, okay, that one. Okay, yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so we're going to talk about the game board version one. All right. So, how this version works, right, is you need to somehow try to shoot like rockets or something at the enemy's battleships, right? And if you hit them or miss them, the enemy has to tell you, right, your opponent. But the way you tell them where you're shooting your missiles is by saying a number and a letter, right? And by telling those two, the number and the letter, you can actually tell him where the position of your missile is. Right? So they have letters on the bottom, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I think these are more spaced out. All right. This is still not very spaced out, but the letters on the bottom, right? And then on the side like this, they have numbers. Well, the numbers are a lot more spaced. Okay, this is a really poor representation. Maybe I just search it up. Give me a sec. Battle. Here you go. Right, so they have a grid like this.
I've played both of the games before.
What is this? Why is it a PNG? Okay, give me 1 second. Here, let's take a look at this one. Open image here. Okay, there you go. So you'll see you have your letters on one side and your numbers on the other side, right? And how it worked to try to represent the position is you would just say a letter and a number, right? So A and 6, right? You would find where those two intersected, right? So for instance, if I was doing A and 6, they would intersect right here. So this is where I'd be shooting, right? If I said C2, you'd find where those two intersect, right? And that's going to be right here. If I said E3, that would be right here, right? That's where I'd be shooting. If I said 5D, that would be right here. You said you don't even need to draw out the line sometimes, right? 8B, right here. Okay. So you could say a letter and a number. You could also, when you were playing Battleship, you could say them in any order, right? You could either say 9D or D10, right? D7 or 7D. There's no difference because the order here doesn't really matter. But let me ask you a question, guys. So how many letters are there in the alphabet?
26.
Yeah. 26. Sure, right? And how many numbers are there?
Infinite.
Infinite, right? So there's infinite numbers and only 26 letters. So when you are trying to make a really big grid, like a really big battleship board, you are limited with how many letters you have, right? You can start doing some weird stuff with letters, doing like 2 A's and then 2 B's or something, but that's going to be really annoying, all right? So instead, what mathematicians decided to do is just replace all of the letters with more numbers, right? So instead you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. Those are some. I'm trying to write this with my mouse, so it might not look amazing. Let me erase these. Okay. So this is what they decided to do, right? They just put numbers on both axes. All right. So by the way, the direction that you're going in here, so either if you're going like left or right, this is called the x-axis, right? And this right here, man, I can't draw straight lines with the mouse. It's called the y-axis, all right? Y-axis. All right. So now that we have numbers on both axes, all right, they decided now, instead of saying a letter and a number, you're going to say 2 numbers. And then the way you know where you're putting your object is based off of which number you say first. All right. The order matters now. It wasn't like letters and numbers where they were different things. Now, everyone just agreed, all right, that you would put your X first and then your Y. All right. So you would say X first and then Y. So for instance, if I said something like 7, 5, I would find 7 on my X, right, which is right here. And then I would go up and I would find 5 on my Y, which is right here. And then where they intersect, that is my coordinate. All right, this looks a little different from what an actual like Cartesian plane looks like. So let's pull one of those up. Oh. Okay. So here is a Cartesian plane. Let me pull this up in tab. Okay, here you go. Right. So you'll see you have numbers, everything, and at the center of our screen we have the numbers 0 and 0. All right. As you go forward to the right, your X becomes larger, and as you go to the left, your X becomes smaller. And if you guys have you ever heard of negative numbers before?
Yes.
Yes, a little bit.
7, so yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, if you haven't, negative numbers is just if you were to go less than 0, those are the numbers you'd have there, right? So after 0, if you keep going more negative, you'd get -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, right? And so on as you keep counting. It's like the same as if you were going up, but you just add the little minus sign to the front, right? Same thing happens with the Y, right? And then you'll notice here, guys, when they have these points marked, they always mark the X first again. So you have 5 for the X and 2 for the Y, and it's written 5, 2. All right, here you have 4.5, 4.5, but both negative, which is why it's to the left and down. All right, So this is a really cool kind of way to represent positions really accurately.
Tim, go back, please. Let's do a quick test. Let's go one by one and test their understanding of coordinates. So can you give them the point and ask them to describe the coordinates of that point on this plane?
Sure.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, what are the coordinates of this point?
I
Let's
know.
go one by one. Okay, Ian, go ahead. You go first.
2, 4.
2, 4. Okay, good job. And next. Yep. That's how you would record it, because x-axis equal 2 and the intersection with y-axis equals to 4. Okay.
Okay,
That
this
one.
right here.
Yeah, who wants to take care of that one? You
I
all?
know.
Yeah, go ahead, Sophia.
It's Hannah. Minus 5, 4.
Minus 5, 4. Yeah, good job, Hannah. Yeah, so Hannah and Ian definitely understand the coordinates. Next, who wants to go next?
Me.
Okay, Sophia, go ahead.
There we go.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, 6 for x. And what's the second coordinate?
Did you say it?
I didn't hear.
-2.
-2. Yeah, good job, Sophia. Yeah, awesome. You're crushing it. Yay. Great. Awesome. Yeah, you got it. Okay. Next, Arman, Manan, Abraz. Who wants to go next?
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right here.
3, 1.
3, 1. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's very easy, right? First, you have to say the coordinate that on the intersection was x-axis, and the second, the intersection was y-axis, and pay attention to the sign, right? Okay, next, we have Arman and Manan left. So, Arman, do you want to go next? Manan, I think he just unmutes himself. Yeah, go ahead. Tim, did you give him? Yeah. Go ahead, name that one.
I can't really see oh there. That is 3, 2.
Is it 3? Is it 2? Pay attention to the sign. You have to make sure you also name the sign, because we have 2 3s on the axis x, one on the right side of 0 and another one on the left side. And the one is on the left side is always -3, right?
-3, 2.
Say that again, -3 and? Manan, sorry, I can't.
Do you want to just type it into the chat?
Yeah,
We
just
can't
type it in the chat. Maybe that would be easier for you. So Manan, go ahead and type in the chat the coordinates. And at the meantime, Arman, let's give him the point. Oh no, don't delete Manan's one. Yeah. Yeah, he's still working on that. Okay.
Okay, here you go, Arman.
Okay, Arman,
I can't type.
don't type. We can hear you perfectly.
Just say it, yeah.
Yeah, just say it.
3.2.
It's not point, first of all, right? You just name them one by one.
Okay.
First, you have to name, you said
Yes.
3. Is this 3 on the x-axis or on the y-axis?
It's 2.
2, right? You have to name, like you see when I call you, I say Arman Farhad, right? Arman is your name, Farhad is your last name, right? So
Yeah.
if I miss it, and if I actually invert it and say Farhad Arman, you'd be like, your name would be Farhad, right? Here's the same thing. Yeah, think of x coordinate as its name, that point's name, and y coordinate as its last name, right? So its name would be what?
3, 2.
Again, you when you name him, you have to say his x coordinate first and then his y coordinate. You keep saying 3, and 3 is intersection with y coordinate, isn't it?
Okay. 2, 3.
Exactly, right? You have to name him Arman Farhad, not Farhad Arman. Does that make sense?
No.
Yeah, so when you say 3, 2, you name him Farhad Arman because you're saying y coordinate first. But you have to say x coordinate first, and x coordinate intersection is 2. 2, 3. Okay, did Manan give us anything in the chat? -3, 2. Okay, Manan, think about 2. Tim, can you actually put the point for -3,
If I
2?
want, I can actually show you the actual Battleship game board because I have it.
Yeah, Manan, look at this. -3, Tim, can you show the intersection with dash points or something? Dash dots, dash line, yeah. Yeah, so that's -3, that's 2. That's the point that you just named, Manan, okay? So think one more time and give us the right coordinates for the one that we asked you to name. You're right about -3, yeah? Because when you draw imaginary line up to the x coordinate, you get -3. But next you have to draw imaginary line and try to intersect the y-axis. And what number do you see there? And pay attention to this sign. You may not yet know all the negative concept of negative numbers, but it's basically just a mirror of positive world, okay? Is it -3, 1?
Okay, look, so -3 is right, but where does this intersect with?
What's that number? You're only making the error in the sign. Because if you don't name the sign, you automatically end up in the top plane, in the one with positive numbers.
Yeah, so -2, that's what this is. So
Hey.
if you were saying it in one go, what would it be?
Okay, so now please type the correct coordinates. We need both of them, and pay attention. It's not dot in between, it's actually comma in between, okay? Because you're listing them. You're saying y coordinate and then another coordinate, right? Yes, good job. Awesome. -3, -2. You got it, Manan. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, now I'm comfortable that everyone understands the concept. We can move on, yeah?
Okay, so actually, let me talk about one more thing real quick. So in App Inventor and on your phone, the coordinates are very similar, but slightly different, just a little bit. All right, how they work on your phone is you don't actually have negative coordinates. All right, so the top left corner over here, okay, this right here has the coordinates 0, 0. Okay, and then it increases as you go along this way, and as you go along this way. So okay, these aren't straight lines, but you get the gist. So this is your x-axis, here's your y, right? So everything is going to be positive in here. All right. And this is your phone display. So 0, 0 in the top left. Or it might be in the bottom left, depending on like what programming language you're using. It might be one of those. All right, but it's still important to know the Cartesian plane because that's what you're going to always use in math. All right, as well as a lot of other programming languages. They're very inconsistent in what kind of coordinate system they're going to use.
Yeah.
Right, so you better just know both.
Each application just comes up with its own definition of coordinates. Like Python, for example, uses the one that Tim just showed you.
Well, it depends on what library. Turtle uses that one. Pygame uses
that one, yeah. And so in this one, Tim, are you saying there are no negative numbers, right? Starts in the corner, and
but the negative is off the screen.
Okay, so in order not to okay, so yeah, go ahead and actually.
Yeah. So if you look at our screen here, Let me actually figure out where it is. So if I have my golf ball, my X and Y right now are pretty high. Look, if I go to the top left corner, they're going to be, if I'm in the perfectly top left corner, it's about 0, 0. So here, top left is 0, 0. This is like the minimum place that we can spawn if we want to do next level. And as we go down, our Y increases and our X stays the same. And if we go right, our Y stays at 0 and our X increases. Okay. So
can you show where you were looking actually for X and Y so that they also know how to find those?
Over to here.
Yep. So guys, you see, you don't even have to guess, right? In MIT AMP Inventor, you can just put your ball there. You can actually see the properties of its X and Y. And there you go. That's how you know where you should appear, or if you want to put it something there. Okay.
Okay. So now what we can do is we're going to actually use this move to XY thing. All right. So it's actually looking for us to tell it an X coordinate to go to and a Y coordinate to go to. But we don't want it to go to the same X and Y every time. So just like what Ian did with his program, we're going to use a random number generator to randomly generate coordinates for us. So if we go under math, you'll notice there is an option here that says random integer from 1 to 100. And we're going to pull this out here. Now, I don't actually know the max size of my canvas right now. But what I do know is that the minimum position I can go to is 0. So I'm going to say random integer from 0 to, and then I'm actually going to just delete this 100. I don't need that. What I'm going to put here in this empty slot instead of the 100 is I'm going to actually get the exact size of my canvas. So I'm going to click canvas. And if you scroll down here, you'll notice there is an option that says canvas dot width. If I can find it, here you go. Okay, and we're using canvas dot width here because this is our X coordinate, and our X coordinate goes side to side, which is the width of our canvas. All right, for my Y, I'm actually gonna, this is a cool trick I haven't really showed you, but I've seen a couple of you use it. If you right click on the block and click duplicate, it'll actually make like a little twin for it that you can use here. All right, I'm gonna use it for Y as well, but the main difference here that we're going to have to make is that 0 is still our minimum, and we're still doing a random number, but instead of our width being the maximum, it's going to be height, because Y is going top bottom. Okay, so go ahead and try to add this into your game. See if it works, though. Go ahead and try it out on an emulator or on your Android phone. And then we're going to try to maybe see if we can add like a score or something like that. All right, but this right now should make it so that it becomes visible and spawns in a random place. And actually, we're going to add one more thing before we do that. We're going to also try to move. Actually, I'll give you this as a challenge. Make it so that when you press the button, you also make your golf. You make your golf ball go to a random position, and also try to make your hole go to a random position. All right, that'll be a little challenge for you guys.
But you can't duplicate it.
You can do.
There's an error.
Why is there an error?
I don't know. It just says that.
Try refreshing if it gives you an error, because mine didn't do anything.
Okay, so guys, again, we're adding the click to button 1. We're making the ball visible, and we're setting it to appear in random new position. So your challenge is to make the same thing to the hole. So here, when this button 1 clicked, just inside of this block, add something else to make the hole to follow the same logic. Okay, so let's give you about 5 minutes, and then we'll go and share the screen one by one and see what you guys done. Okay.
There we go.
Wait, can you repeat what we have to do?
Using like you now know how to make the golf ball go to a random position. Add
Yeah.
another chunk after this that makes the hole go to a random position.
Okay, thank you.
Done.
I'm done too.
Good.
Okay, so if you guys have managed to get it, I'm also gonna go through and try to add it to mine as well. So
Wait, Tim, I want to go one by one and see what they've done.
okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay, so who wants to go first? I think Abras was done and Ian said they were done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Go ahead. Yeah,
I'm
go
done.
ahead. Ian, then yeah, we can go to Manan and then Abras. And then everyone else get ready, okay? This is our way of checking sure that you guys are following, okay? And we'll be doing this throughout the entire class, yeah. Okay, so yeah, good job. Yeah, so you said the golf balls to true visible, then hole, and
The whole movement is good. I don't think you needed to make the hole visible though, because you never make it invisible. So that's something you could avoid. But in terms of yeah, having it respawn in a different place, that worked out great.
yeah, good job, Ian.
That's all
Next.
good. Awesome, good job.
Yeah, Manan, can you share your screen now? Yeah. Okay, Abraz, get ready after that. And I think Sophia said she's ready too, so maybe Sophia after Abraz.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that's good. Just be careful stacking your code on top of each other because you might just lose things.
So if you double click like that, you kind of make them you collapse them, and that's how you can organize them. Okay, so put them next under each other, collapse them, and only open them when you need it. Yeah, and kind of put them in nice order, right? Organized. Otherwise, there might be some things hidden behind it that will affect your code, and you would never know. You've seen how big our code can grow. Good job, Manan. Yay. Next, Abraz, share your screen. And Sophia, get ready. And after that, maybe Arman, get ready after Sophia.
Nope, there's another problem.
We'll
I
solve
tried refreshing and then it just came back.
Okay. Abraz, do you want to share your screen? Can you unmute your mic? We don't hear you.
And I also can't find the right
Yeah.
button.
This is also our way of checking if you're still there, because you guys, some of you turn off your cameras, right? Okay.
Awesome. There you go. Yeah, that also looks awesome. Great.
Yeah, very well done. Nice. Excellent. Good job, Abraz. Okay, next. Sophia, you want to share your screen?
Awesome. Okay. Yeah,
Awesome.
also, well done.
Well done. Awesome. You're crushing it. Yay. Good job. Okay, Arman, go ahead, share your screen. And then Hannah and Zaki, get ready.
I tried refreshing it once again and it didn't even work.
So why is it having this internal error? This is weird.
It's coming like every single time.
That must be very frustrating.
What happened?
I kicked you out. Is anyone, do you have your MIT account open in two places? That might happen if you have it already open somewhere. What is your first tab? You have 2 tabs there. What is your first tab?
What do you mean?
Tim, can you see what he has under the first tab? Because if he has it open twice, that might be causing the problem. No? Okay.
Okay, so Arman, now for the challenge it was to make this, but for a whole one. So can you just right click on this purple block? Click duplicate, it's the top one. Okay, and then add that underneath, and then click on ball 1. No, click on like here on the purple block where it says ball 1. Click that and then change it to whole. There you go. You're done. Good job.
Oh.
That's all you needed to do for the challenge.
Yeah,
Okay.
good job, Arman. Okay, next, Hannah.
Now let's see if it works.
Yeah, you can test, guys. Those of you who've done, you can test your program. Yay, good job, Hannah. Yeah, you did it.
It doesn't work.
Good job. Excellent. You can test it now. And Zaki, you want to show your screen?
This does not work.
Does not work? That's weird.
I'm literally pressing the text button and it's no.
Okay,
It's
Zaki.
just spawning right next to the golf ball and disappearing non-stop.
Zaki, you have to have that under the same click button. I don't see the challenge there. Do you have the ball and the hole? It would be easier, Zaki, if you logged in from the computer, because that way you can share your screen. Yeah, it looks like you're using 2 devices. So maybe for tomorrow, try to log in from your computer. But again, what I saw there, I only saw one move to for the ball or for the hole. So you need 2 of them, right? Tim, again, show your screen, please, so that Becky can see. Yeah, so this is how you would do it, right? So like you have to see 2 blocks there. One purple block for the ball and another purple block for the hole, okay? Yeah, and perfect. And try to log in tomorrow from the same computer so that you can actually share the screen and show us what you got there. Okay, so I think we're ready to move on. I think we asked everyone to share the screen. Everyone got it? Yeah. And we can test it now, right?
Yeah, so guys, quickly connect to your phones and let's test it out.
Okay, and those of you who share it on my setting, go ahead and share your screen. Give me the...
Who's Abras first?
Manan and Abraz, right? Yeah, Manan, go ahead. Share your screen.
First Abras can go.
Yeah. Abraz can go first. Okay. Abraz, you want to go first? Give me the
Okay.
QR. Okay, let's first see if actually it works on Teams.
Okay, let's do one thing, guys. In your program, just swap these around. So you have dot visible after the 2 purple blocks. Okay, let's see if that solves a problem. Give me a sec. Yeah, there you go. That's better. Because I think what was happening before is it was quickly registering a collision before it respawned somewhere else.
And it was disappearing? Oh, bless you.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was quickly reappearing and then disappearing.
Right. Okay. So everyone do that change really quickly and test it.
Did it.
So that makes sense. Yeah, when you make it visible again, it just disappears because it already collides with the hole, right? Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay, so Manan, you want to test it?
Sure.
Okay, give me the QR code.
Tim is sharing his screen, so I can.
Can you stop sharing your screen?
Not letting means someone's scribbling on the screen.
Yeah, because Tim is sharing his screen. Tim, can you stop sharing your screen, please? Tim? Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay, Manan, go ahead now. You can share your screen.
Yeah. There. Wait, where do I go again to do that?
In the menu, scroll up.
Yeah, sorry.
Scroll. There you go. Connect AI companion.
There.
And I'll scan your QR code. Yep, now you can stop sharing and I'll share mine. Share. There you go. I can even test it for you if you want. So let's try
I'll
to
test it.
Okay.
I asked you. Okay, there.
Go ahead, click on next level. There you go. It reappears. So you know next level button works, right?
Yeah. But I feel like the speed, it kind of got low.
Nah, maybe we did try it low. Oops.
Maybe you're just not swiping it fast enough.
There you go. So it works. Good job, Manan. Yeah. Good
It
job.
does work.
Yeah, it does work, and next level button also works, right?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. It reappeared. Perfect. Next, Abraz, do you want to test yours? So, I'll stop sharing. Yeah. Abraz, go ahead, share your screen and give me QR code. Yeah. Okay, just one sec. Let me go back and scan the QR code. Okay, you can stop sharing now. Yes, and I'll share mine. Okay. So I can test it for you, or you can request the control. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so go ahead, let's test it. Nice, yeah. Click on the button. Yay, good job, it works. Oh, yeah, good job. Nice, well done. Okay, so we'll stop sharing now. Come on. Stop sharing. There we go. Okay, so team, it's all yours. Everything works. We're fine.
Is it break time?
Yeah, this would be a good time to take a break, actually. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, go ahead and we'll take our break right now.
Okay.
So you have about 5 minutes. Come back at 11:09 or 11:10. We'll get started with adding in like a score and some other little finishing touches to make our game a little bit nicer. All right.
Sounds great. Thank you, guys. So we'll see you in 5 minutes. Okay, it's 11:10, so everyone should be back now.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, Tim, we have 50 minutes left for the next topic. Go ahead.
All right. So I think the next thing that we're going to go ahead and take a look at is how to add in a score to our game, right? Because if we are making any type of game, usually you want some kind of point system, some score, some way to rack up points. So that's the first thing we're going to look at. And then later, if we have time, I'm going to introduce a way to kind of just add a little bit of a better element to the game so that our balls slow down as they move through our world. Because right now they're just kind of going forever, bouncing off walls and everything, which isn't exactly what we want.
Still not working.
Is it still not working? Do you want to share your screen again?
I know everything is correctly shown, but it's like when I go on my phone and do it, it's like it just like pops up right next to the screen and right next to the hole, and it just non-stop disappearing.
Yeah, because you'd never changed the yeah. Remember, Tim said that was the ball visibility had to come after. So that's why.
Let me see now.
Yeah, so right now.
Nope, it's still non-stop.
Try now.
Nope, still not working.
Okay, let me try. Okay, I'm gonna scan the QR code. Okay, don't scan it.
Okay.
Works fine for me.
What? But it keeps like spawning right next to the hole.
Maybe you were testing the old version before Tim made that change. But you see how the green field now comes after?
But how do I change it?
You reset its position and then you make it visible.
You mean I should get rid of it and then?
It works fine for me. Just you try to connect one more time.
Okay.
Take a look at if it works, because it should. It should work.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it worked.
Yeah, nice. Good job. Let's move on.
Okay. I'm gonna be playing with.
All right. So to add in our score, I think the first thing that we should go ahead and do is add somewhere to write it. All right. So let's go to our designer. Okay, and in here, we need to add somewhere to write our score. So ideally, we have a little bit of space at the bottom here next to our next level button. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to add a little label here that we could write our score in. But let's take a look at how we can do this. So if I actually drag my label out, you'll notice I can only put it above or below. I can't actually put it like next to it over here in this empty space. Right, I have all of this free space, and it's not letting me fill it up, right? But there is actually a really easy way that we can solve this problem and fill up that space, put these two things side by side. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to use something called, we're going to use one of the layout options. We're going to use something called a horizontal arrangement. What a horizontal arrangement does is it basically allows you to put blocks side by side, because we never were able to before. Right, so for instance, if I wanted to put like a button on the side here, I can't. But if I drag out a horizontal arrangement, you'll notice it's just like a little gray square like this. And it's going to look really big right now, but after we put stuff in, it should shrink down. So I can drag in my next level button. And if I drag my label in, it will put it side by side like that. There you go. Right, so I have my things side by side now. I want my label further to the right though, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my horizontal arrangement, and I'm going to set the width to fill parent. That's going to make it take up all the space, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my label also fill parent and right text align. Then I'm going to change this text to score 0. And then maybe make it bigger. Change the color, all sorts of fun things. not yellow. And this horizontal arrangement, guys, keep in mind right now, it looks like it's gray and ugly here, but if you actually run the game, it's going to be completely transparent, so you won't be able to see it.
I made my button so that it's centered, but I can't uncenter it anymore.
You can't uncenter your button.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just do a quick recap. So guys, basically, under layout, horizontal arrangement will let you put stuff side by side. Okay, so go ahead and add a label that just says score 0 for now. Okay, make sure it's a label.
Go ahead and maybe share your screen and we'll have a quick look at that.
Yeah, Ian, I'll take a look at yours now.
So like this. Yeah.
Okay, so take.
I can't uncenter it. Button.
Oh. Can you click on the horizontal arrangement and set the width to fill parent? So in the that's your button. No. Horizontal arrangement, width fill parent. Okay, and then set the score to fill parent also, and then right align.
Score to fill parent.
Mm-hmm. And then set text align to right.
What? No. Oh, yes. Okay. So, and then what?
Text alignment set to right. Okay, and then you can make the font bigger and colorful and bold and whatever you want.
Okay.
Wait, I didn't get it how you did it.
So let me show this one more time. Okay, so before I had my score here, let me delete it, and I'll even delete my horizontal arrangement. So all I had before was my button. Okay, so pay attention, guys, and I'll show it one last time. So under layout, there's an option called horizontal arrangement. This allows you to put things side by side, right? Because right now, if I try to drag out a label, I can't actually put it next to my button. It's either on top or the bottom. Okay, so if I drag out a horizontal arrangement from under layout, I can now put my button inside of that and put my label inside of that, and they'll be side by side. You can pick how side by side you want, like this, okay? Now, if I want to put these, well, I want my label to be further to the right side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my horizontal arrangement up in my component screen here. And I'm going to set the width to fill parent so that this gray box goes all the way across the screen. I'm going to do the same thing with my label. I'm also going to set it to width fill parent. And then I'm going to set its text alignment to right so that it's like over on the right side. And then I can just go ahead and make the font size larger, bold. I don't know. You can make it fun. Score 0. There you go.
Okay.
Zaki is asking for help in the chat.
Zaki is asking for help. Okay, Zaki, go ahead and share your screen and we can take a look. what happened here? Can you show me your component view real quick? Can you like scroll over to the side? Zachy, hello. Scroll over. Okay, so you do have all the stuff. Okay, where's your button? Did your button just die? Okay, let me take a look. Let me just control it because I don't actually know what's going on here.
Zaki, are you doing this on your iPad or this is the computer,
Oh,
right?
this is a computer.
This is the computer.
Okay, so you're not supposed to set height needs to be automatic. So you can see here already that kind of fixed some stuff. All right, now you can put it at the bottom. What? Whoa, what? What is your
Yeah,
canvas?
they're a child of each other. The canvas is also a child of horizontal arrangement. Yeah, the canvas, yeah. Tim, his canvas was a child of his horizontal arrangement. There you go.
I guess I'm having some trouble too.
Okay, Martin, do you want to take Armand to breakout room?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim, can you send Armand and Martin to breakout room?
Armand, when you get the pop-up, just click yes.
Tim,
Like, go.
when I put down my the horizontal arrangement, what happened was that it deleted the button.
It's okay. We'll try to fix it. Hold on.
Join
Can you
this, Armand.
control again?
Tim,
Yeah.
just to switch things up, can you send Armand with Martin to breakout room? And if anyone needs help, guys,
Already
feel
did.
free to breakout rooms before you do that, so that I can also help.
I need to assign people into it though.
Okay, if anyone else needs help, let me know. I can help you in the other room. Send something in the chat because we'll be going one by one through everyone right now.
Are we doing score type of thing?
Manan, you need help?
Yeah, for the score code.
For this core code, we haven't coded it
We
yet.
haven't coded it yet. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just building the front end. So if you have everything arranged nicely at the bottom of your screen, then you're good.
Okay, so Zachy, all of your button code got deleted too, so you're gonna have to recreate that. So I can share my screen and you can copy it down. Okay, but here you have score, next level. That's all you need to have right now. Okay. Zachy, here was the code. So quickly remake this. All right.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go one by one through everyone just to make sure everyone's doing well. We'll start with Ian. Ian, how are you doing? Ian, unmute your mic, please. Okay, Ian shows the thumb up, so I think he's okay. Next, Manan, how are you doing? Okay, Hannah says I'm good. Manan, are you ready to move on? Is your front end ready? Can you please type something in the chat or are you unmute?
I'm ready.
You're ready?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. And Sophia, how are you doing? Have you successfully added the score label? Yeah, okay, good job. I saw it. Yeah, maybe just if you're using laptop, just kind of turn the lid a little bit down because I only see the top of your head. Or just sit closer. Yeah, there you go. So you show us the sum up, right? Good job. Okay, Abraz, how are you doing?
Okay.
So
Okay,
you,
I'm
you
done.
managed to add the score label, right?
Yes.
Okay, good job. Good job. There shouldn't be anything difficult. The only new thing that team showed is the horizontal arrangement thing. So you managed to do that as well, right, Abraz?
Yeah.
Good job. Okay, Zaki, how are you doing? Can we move on? We're waiting just for you, looks like. Zaki, I didn't hear you say anything, but let me see if you sent something in the chat. Yes, he says I'm good. Okay, so we only have Arman and Martin in separate room. I think we can move on and we'll help Arman to build the blocks when they get back, okay?
Yes. All right. So for the score, this is going to be a little bit different, and we're going to have to talk about a concept that you guys you might have heard of before, but we haven't really talked about in this class yet. So we're going to have to somehow keep track of the current score in our game and make it so that every time we get a point, it's going to increase. And when we reset the level, it doesn't really do anything, but we need to make it so it also updates our current score every time it increases. Okay, so the way we're going to keep track of it is something called a variable. Right? A variable is a very important concept in programming, and you guys may have heard of it. But basically how it works is it's a place where you can store a value for use in later times. So for instance, if I wanted to store any value, I can create a variable, put that value in there, and then I can access that value from anywhere in my code, and I can repeatedly change it. So for instance, when I get a point, I can increase that value, and then in another piece of my code, I can go take it and update my label. All right. How it works is a little bit different in other programming languages as it is here, but this concept is very similar. If you guys have ever done math also, it's quite similar in math. So for instance, if you've ever done like algebra, so like if you did something like 3 plus x equals 5, right? What would x be equal to in this scenario? Yeah, so Arman's right. So he's showing 2 fingers, 2. Right? So this would be equal to 2, right? How variables work though is instead of you figuring out what the variable is, right? I would tell you that x is equal to 5, and then you'd have to solve this equation. So what would that be equal to? If I tell you x is 5, yeah, it's 8, right? So I just tell you what it is, and you would substitute it in. MIT App Inventor actually works really well with variables, so let's take a look at how we can create them and assign them. All right, you'll notice there is an orange tab here on the left side that actually says variables. And to create a variable first time, we're just going to write initialize global name, right? And we're going to replace the name. This is going to be the name of the variable, the name that we're going to give it. And for this, I'm just going to give it the name score. That way it's like fairly descriptive and we know what it does, right? We're going to initialize global score to, what do you want our score to start at? What do you think the score is supposed to start at?
0.
Yeah, sure, 0, right? So we can click math and set it to 0. Global score is 0. All right. So I want you guys, everyone, go ahead and do that for now. Arman, you didn't miss anything, so just go ahead and add this to your blocks.
Arman, this is, remember, I also know that you're now Python class, so we just learned the concept of variables there. This is how you use the variables in MIT App Inventor, right? Same concept. You just go to variables block, variables group of the blocks, and just pull the initialize. And same concept in Python. This actually will help you with Python as well. Before you can use any variable, you have to initialize it. Remember how we did Bob equals 100? That was the same thing as score equals 0 here, okay?
Yeah, well, I guess I am in Python.
Yeah. Good job.
Next one, like the 1 to 3 today.
Okay, so guys, can somebody point out in my code where should I increase my score? When do I increase my score in my code out of all the blocks I have so far? Yeah, Arman?
You should increase your score when you get the goal.
So which one of these blocks is the one that runs when I get the goal?
And hold collide with other.
Yeah, so Abra said right. So this one right here, this is where I need to increase my score. So we're going to be adding in all of our code right here now. Right, so the first thing we need to do is we actually need to increase our score, and then we're going to make it so that it actually shows up on our label. Okay, so to increase our score, what we're going to do is we're going to go under variables again, and we're going to drag out this set block. And we're going to set global score, so we're setting that variable score, and we're going to have to just increase it by 1. So the way we're going to increase it by 1 is we're not just going to say set global score to 1 or to 2 or to 3. We're going to have to figure out what global score is right now, add 1, and then set that to global score. Right? So for that, we're going to drag out a math block, one of these addition blocks. All right, and then we can go ahead and say the number, or let's go variable get global score plus 1. All right, so this is something very important to know. You can use the variable inside of its own set block. So when you're changing the variable, you can use the current value of the variable in there. So if I had it at 0, what this would do is it's saying set global score to what the current value is plus 1. So if the current value is 0, I add 1. That would make the new value 1, and that's going to set it to 1. All right, then if I do it again, it's already equal to 1, but I'm going to be setting it now to 1 plus 1. So it's going to be set to 2, right? And it's going to keep increasing every time. Like a little, like a ticker, okay? So go ahead and add this in.
Because I lost internet and I couldn't really see anything.
Okay, so this is the chunk you have to add right now. That's just this orange part at the top. All right, I'll give you guys a minute or so to add this, and then I'll show you the final part, which is making the label update when you do it.
You can make it so that it's number plus number plus number plus number.
Yeah, you can, like this, with like the setting thing.
Setting.
But that's kind of, we don't need that right now.
Number. 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 Number.
All right. So once we have our score updated, we can't actually see this in our front end, right? So if we were to actually run this game, in the background, our score would be increasing, but we need to convert that into the front end somehow. So we need to actually show it.
I can't find a set global score block.
So you're gonna go under variables and just drag out this blank set block.
Or just click other.
Drop down and select
other in that when whole collide with. That one also.
No, why are you clicking other?
Yeah, it has set other.
But we don't need other.
Well, you can change it, right?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah. Just to find it.
It's under variables though. You just drag out a set. Okay, so the final part is getting this onto our label. So in my area here, I'm going to find label here, and I'm going to select set label one dot text. This one right here. Bam. And I'm going to have to set the text to something. So if I look at my designer right now, the format for my text right now is the word score, a colon, a space, and then the number of my current score. And for that, I'm going to have to do some text work. All right, so I'm going to click text, and there's actually an option under text called join right here, join. All right, what join is going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to write some words and then throw our score at the end. All right, so I'm going to add text at the beginning here. So I'm just going to say score, colon, space. And then for this second part here, this is where I'm going to do get global score. And it's going to add those together.
Your admin mentioned that this global report or something like that is appearing. No, it's not, but it was.
Manan, we can't hear you. Can you either increase your volume of microphone or speak closer to it?
It sounds like muffled. I don't know. Maybe it's like under the bed or something.
Right. Okay. So he unmuted. He muted now, so maybe it wasn't for us to hear. It's okay.
So guys, after you have this finished, go ahead and connect it to your emulator or your Android phone. Test it out. Let's see how it works. All right, and then we'll add in our deceleration thing later. All right, but if this works, that's the main part, the important thing.
Where's the set label dot text? I couldn't find it.
Yeah, you gotta click on label one and then find set label one dot text.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 11:40 now. Let's go one by one through each of your screen. Share the screen and let us know if you tested it, okay? So who wants to share the screen and show us the code? Who's ready?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead and.
Share screen. Oh, somebody else is sharing.
Tim, can you stop sharing, please? Oh, but if you stop sharing, they won't be able to finish this, right? I'll do it.
But I haven't.
Did everyone else copy Tim's code?
Not me yet. I didn't do it yet.
I just need a last.
Okay, let's wait. Let's wait a little bit. Let's give everyone a chance then. Yeah.
I just need the last pink score button type of that.
Yeah, go ahead, guys. We'll give you a couple more minutes.
I'm done.
Good. Anana's done. Okay, and Ian, have you tested your app? Does it work? Does it do what it's supposed to do?
It works.
Okay,
It does
perfect.
what it's supposed to.
Yeah, let's go with that. So if it works, So you should be
My
good.
score is 9.
Nice. Sophia, yes, unmute yourself. Did you test it? I can't.
Okay, I'm finished.
I tested.
You
I'm
tested it
finished.
works, right? Okay, good job, Sophia. Yeah. Who said I'm finished, Arman?
Yeah, me.
Okay, so yeah, can you test it now?
Okay, I will.
Mm-hmm.
Possible that I can test my app because I'm done.
Right. And Manan Abras will test it using our device. Hannah says I'm good. Zaki, what about you?
I'm done.
You're done. Okay, so I will just select a few of you. Zaki, can you share your screen? I want to see how it's going on your screen there. And then we'll
I
test.
can't share my screen. Someone else is sharing their screen.
Yeah, team, can you stop sharing? Yeah, Zaki, go ahead, share your screen. Okay. Tim, why Zaki's screen is so small? Are you sharing just this app?
He's sharing just the window, and he has Zoom on the other side.
Can you-
So that's fine.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so global score, initialize, yes, everything seems fine. Yeah, and maybe just put the colon after score when you join it. Otherwise, it's gonna like jam everything.
Perfectly.
Yeah. So score, colon, and space, just to give it a nice layout when you display it. Score,
I want to show this to my mom.
colon, and space, right? Colon, like dot dot.
Can you do the colon?
The colon. The
Hold
sign-
Shift and then press the key to the right of the L.
That one,
Right.
yeah, and then space. Space, and then it will join the whatever global score 1, 2, 3 to that, so it won't jam everything together. Yeah, just enter. Yeah, nice. Go ahead, Zaki. Click enter. Don't forget to click enter. You have to click enter. You're still in that textbook. Yeah, there you go. Now go ahead and refresh your companion and test it. Yeah, good job. And Manan and Abras, let's actually test it on our device. Go ahead and share your screen. Zaki, you can stop sharing. Good job.
Zaki's still sharing. I can't.
Zaki, can you stop sharing, please? Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Manan. Share your screen and give me the QR code.
Pass over?
Almost.
There.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can stop sharing. Mm-hmm. So you want to request control?
You have to share your screen.
Oh, sorry. I'm seeing it and I think everyone sees it. There you go. Go ahead. So request control now. Are you trying to request control? I don't see anything. Or do you want, I can actually test it for you if you want. Yeah. Like that. Nothing, oh, score 1, yes. Okay, next level. Score 2. So the same thing here for you, Manan. Maybe add the colon after score and little space. You see how score and 2 jam together at the bottom? Manan. Did he disappear? No, is he still here? Okay, you probably have the technical difficulties. Oh, there you go. He's back.
Yeah, my internet was low.
Right. Okay. So Manan, I was saying that your app works perfectly fine. The only issue I see is that your score and 2 and the number is jammed together, right? So maybe add the in that block where you join the score text and the variable, like
Wait, what?
just
What?
like we did with Zaki here. You see score, make sure it's score, double colon, space. Okay.
Oh, I did add the colon, I'm pretty sure.
Do you want to share your screen? Let's do that really quickly, and then
Yeah,
we'll
let's see if I added the colon.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Let me just quickly check.
I'll stop sharing. Just share your screen. Let's quickly fix that.
Yeah, I did add the colon.
Share your screen.
Okay, let me just doing it. There. And now I'll show you that I did add the colon.
But go to blocks. It has to be in the blocks. Yeah, this one you replace every time you actually run the collision, right? Because this is initial view, but then when you do the collision, you replace it with that join text block. Go ahead to the blocks.
Okay.
Yeah, you see when it collides, you actually, the last line here in your collide with, set label text 1 to join score here, right? In score.
Wait, so what do I do?
Tim, do you want to lead him?
Yeah, so am I muted? No, okay, I'm muted.
This?
Every time
Mana,
the
do you
collision happens, whatever you had initially on your screen will be replaced with this join score and global score. Does that make sense?
What join is doing is it's basically, let me write stuff here, is it's taking the word score and it's just slapping your current score at the end of it. So it's probably like a number or 2 or 3 or 4, right? So you're going to end up with something that looks like this. So you can change this first part here, right? So you can make it.
Where are you typing?
Huh?
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, it appeared.
So what you can do is you can add stuff to the first part of this join. This first part doesn't just have to say score, right? It can say something like score colon space, right? This way, when you add stuff to it, it's going to add the number afterwards and it'll look a little better. You can add a space.
Like that?
Yeah, and space, right?
Yeah, add a space.
So every time every time you score a goal, whatever was on your screen gets replaced with this text and your variable that keeps counting 1, 2, 3. So does that make sense? Yeah. So whatever you see in your front-end designer is only when you start the app. Yeah. Then it gets replaced. So you want to make sure that whatever replaces it looks exactly like what you started with. Okay. You just, so that only the numbers would change. So, and now scroll up, click on connect and refresh companion. Oh, you lost it, right? Okay, so you have to start it again. Yeah, go ahead, AI companion.
Oh, can I try it this time?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let me scan it. Okay, so you can stop sharing so I can share.
There.
Okay, go ahead, request control.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Oh,
there you go. Okay, you see how score 1 now has the column there? Yeah.
Mm.
And voila, you just scored the second one. Yeah.
For some reason, I feel like the game is 100% finished.
Yeah, it is finished, and as our class as well.
Okay. Where is this?
I'm confused on how this is a golf game.
Oh, so you mean we're gonna have to be starting a new game?
No, I mean,
I told you to go to that hole. Don't you see that hole, you ball?
Oh wait, it's gonna
Oh,
go.
hit it down. Hey, look at that. Cool. Good job, buddy. And you scored shoot 3, right? Awesome. Good job. Yeah, we can start that now. Yeah.
You go from Wonderland.
So I'll start hearing that.
But like
Then-
it doesn't have any well, my question is it possible to like add like obstacles?
Obstacles and stuff. Yeah, so we don't have that much time left this class. But for next class, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add deceleration. So when you like throw your ball,
Yeah.
you're just gonna keep going at the same speed. It's gonna slow down as it goes. I wanted to add that today, but it doesn't look like we're gonna have enough time now.
Okay, for this, I think whenever I need to test it with Banana Bros, you can send me to different breakout room. Maybe we can test it there.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah. So next class we'll do that deceleration, and we may add obstacles, depending on how much code it will take to
We
do.
still need to test it with a Bros. Do you want to send me out to breakout room with him, or do you want me to?
No, we don't have time to add anything right now, anyway.
Okay,
So
Abras, let's test your game then. Abras, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, share your screen and give me the QR code.
You're not pushing hard enough. You go.
There you go. Okay, so now
Tiny.
stop sharing so I can share.
What how many points do you have? You have 6. Done. Press next level.
Okay, so go ahead, and if you want to, I can test it for you, or you can request the control. There you go. Oh, we missed it.
fling it back. There you go.
There you go, score 1. Yay, good job. Oh, look at his fancy. Where's the ball? Tim, where's the ball?
Inside the hole.
Oh, he didn't make it visible?
No, it probably just spawned at the same place and instantly died.
Oh, there you go. Oh, okay.
I am going to publish this on my game on App
Hey, look
Inventor.
at that, score 3. Yeah, actually, go ahead and test that and let us know.
Yeah, I'm publishing this game now.
Hey, good job. Okay, so it works. Good job. So let's stop that now. I'll stop sharing. Good job, Abraz. Nice. Well done, guys. You see, you guys are pro now who can actually build a simple apps. And now that we have a little time left, I want to show you a video, actually,
You
inspirational.
mean we don't have any more homework?
No, I'm gonna give you a homework thing. right
Okay,
now.
let's give you your homework, and then I'm going to share a link about the boy who actually was writing an apps. I think when he was like 8 or 10, something like that, and his app got so popular. It was a very simple app that just used the images, and it got so popular. I think it was scored like 4th on the App Store. That Mark Zuckerberg actually invited him to work for Facebook at that age. And do you guys know who Mark Zuckerberg is?
The creator of Facebook?
Exactly, creator and owner of Facebook. Yeah, so how cool is that, right? So all you need is just a great idea and just tools, and it doesn't need to be a sophisticated thing. It just needs to be viral. It just needs to be something that everyone wants to play, right?
And if it's viral, the second thing that can happen is multiple people come, you can get rich.
Yeah, right? So I'm gonna share a link. It's about 15 minutes. So just watch the video. Maybe it will inspire you to create some apps and actually share it on App Store. Okay, Tim, go ahead.
All right. So, the homework in this class is going to be kind of similar to last one, but not too similar. All right, it'll be a little bit different. So, as of the moment, our game is always just going to keep increasing, right? When we click next level, we're always going to have a new level. Our score is going to keep going up. But what we'll do now is we'll try to add a reset button to our game so that we can click it and our score will reset to 0 and our balls and hole will go to their own positions. So I'll show you. Well, basically, you can add another button here. All right, I'm gonna make it like red with white font. This will be my reset button. Right, nice and bold. And when I click the reset button, guys, what I want to happen is I want my ball and hole to both become visible. All right, so let me write this out. When reset, ball and hole become visible, or resets to 0, and ball and hole in random places. All right, so that is the challenge. You have to add the button, right? The button adding wasn't complicated. I just did that like right now in like 30 seconds, right? But this is the code you have to add, all right? So make the ball and hole visible, make the score reset, make sure that it resets on the label as well, so your label becomes 0, all right? And
Tim, can I ask you
they
please
go to random positions.
to display that same text for the homework, just using the brush or something on the screen so that it also will be captured on the video?
Yes.
There you go. So guys, that is your homework, okay? When add the reset button, so basically we want to reset the score this time. We want to reset not just the ball and hole, but also the score, okay?
So if you look at your code, this is actually going to be quite similar to everything you've already done. So you're barely writing any new code, all right? You know how to make your ball and hole become visible. You already did that in your code once. You know how to change your score, and you know how to display your score, and you know how to make your ball and hole go to random positions. So this is really just going to be like a review and learning how to reuse the code that you've already made. All right, so there shouldn't be anything too difficult here. It's just repurposing code that you already have in your program. All right, so hopefully you guys can all do this for tomorrow. And it's about 12 now, so if you don't have any questions, does anyone have any questions?
Okay, it's 11:59. So if you have trouble with your code, stay. We're always here for another like about 15 minutes, right? But if no one needs help, then we definitely will close the meeting. And yeah, let us know, guys, if you.
Thank you.
Okay, but if you're
See you
good,
guys tomorrow.
you know what your homework is.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And see you tomorrow.
Bye. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.